I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. Hey, how are you? Today I want to talk to you about, 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 oops. I guess I was beginning to sound like a broken record. Have you ever heard someone say that? You sound like a broken record. Or, you could say this, Mom, would you stop telling me to clean my room already? Man, you're sounding like a broken record. So, what's this sounding like a broken record mean? Well, it means to say the same thing over and over again, like a broken record which endlessly repeats. Now, if you've ever had a record player, how many of you have had record players or albums, record albums? Yeah, see here, I have my Johnny Cash. Oh, these are old. Original Golden Hits Volume 1. I pulled out another one, Glenn Campbell, the best of. Oh my goodness sakes, when I was looking at my albums, all the records that I still have, I realized the old ones that I have. And if you've never seen a record, some of you watching this may have never actually seen a record. It looks like this. Yep. Wow. And you would put it on a record player, and then there would be a needle that goes on here and goes around and around and around. It's like a very large CD. Now, many of you listen to CDs or listen to MP3s or whatever they are on your iPods and might not even have a record player. I still have a record player because I like to play my albums, and there might be a little bit of a scratching that you hear, and it sounds very authentic. But if you ever had a record player, you may have experienced a scratched record in which the needle would then hit that spot and it would jump and it would play the same thing over and over and over again, bump a bump a bump a bump a bump, and so it would just go on that way until you moved the needle. And that's where the term "you sound like a broken record" comes from, repeating the same thing over and over again. Now, although we don't use records a lot, although they're returning, many people are getting into records again. Um, Other recording devices started using or have been using for a while, this phrase broken record is understood and it remains current, meaning to repeat something over and over again. Now, there's also another word for repeating something over and over again. Do you know what it is? Yep, it's called repetition. Repetition means repeating something. One of the ways that we learn things is by repetition or by repeating something over and over again. That's called memorization as well, happening by repeating something over and over again, and it helps us learn or memorize something. Like if I'm meeting you for the first time and I learn your name or I hear your name, I might repeat it again and again and again several times so I get it into my head. I'm more likely to remember something if I'm repeating it or if I use it in repetition. Just like we have learned to remember things like the Lord's Prayer. Many of you will know the Lord's Prayer by memory because you've said it again and again and again. And that's how we also learn Bible verses, by repeating them over and over. So repetition is not broken. A broken record sounds bad, but repetition is actually a fairly good thing because it helps us remember. Listen to this scripture, Psalm 136. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. Give thanks to the God of gods. His love endures forever. Give thanks to the Lord of lords. His love endures forever. To him who alone does great wonders, his love endures forever. Who by his understanding made the heavens, his love endures forever. Who spread out the earth upon the waters, his love endures forever. Who made the great lights, his love endures forever. The sun to govern the day, his love endures forever. The moon and stars to govern the night, his love endures forever. Now, what phrase did you hear repeated? His love endures forever. That's exactly right. And that psalm actually goes on and has many more verses and that repeat phrase of his love endures forever. Maybe you've been to churches where there are litanies where we say things out loud and we repeat them again and again and again. And that helps us to remember. Well, his love endures forever is a very good phrase to remember and get stuck in our heads and in our hearts because God's love does endure forever. And I am so grateful. When I think about God's love, I know that it's something worth talking about and something worth repeating, even if it sounds like a broken record. His love endures forever. His love endures forever. His love endures forever. You get the idea. Well, today, I'm wishing you a day not filled with broken records, but with repetition and remembering that God's love endures forever. So have a day filled with joy and a day filled with peace.